people out there, it's me again. So it's Tuesday, so what? Let's talk Tuesday. Yeah. So today I want to do a story time about the time I got stalked at the mall. All I went to do was get my eyebrows done, and it turned into a whole different scenario. So without any further ado, let's get it. Alright, so I actually shared this story on my Snap, and one of my beautiful snappers, hey girl, she asked me to do a story time on this, so this was for you, boo. All I wanted to do was go to the mall and get my eyebrows done, but unfortunately some crazy stuff happened. So here we go. So I got out of my car, right, and I'm walking and I see these two guys just laughing and joking and stuff like that. So I'm paying them no mind. I'm just trying to look both ways across the street, make sure I don't get hit by a car or whatnot. So I see one like stop looking at his friend and looked over at me or whatever, and just like had like this grin on his face. So I'm just like, God, don't look over here or whatever. So we got to the door and he held the door for me, and I said thank you. He was like, you're welcome. And then he was like, you look really, really nice today. And I said thank you. So I'm going about my biz or whatever. So they're walking behind me, right? So I keep hearing them laughing. I heard and saw them laughing in the parking lot. And while I walked past them to get away from them, they were still behind me laughing or whatever the case is. So I get to my eyebrow place, and my girl that usually does my eyebrows, she wasn't there. So I was a little disappointed. I needed to get these bushes threaded. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and go with this girl and get it over with. So as I'm sitting there, she's cleaning up the eyebrows and stuff like that, I hear that laugh again. So I'm just like, why do I keep hearing that laugh? So they had walked past the eyebrow place. So keep in mind, I had walked fast past them because I just didn't want to be around them anymore. So then I got to the place and I'm already in my chair and everything else. So, she's doing my eyebrows. I got my eyes closed, just like this. Hearing that laugh, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, what's going on? So then I heard him scream. So the guy had yelled at the lady in the eyebrow place. It was like, make sure you make her look beautiful, like she's from Hollywood and stuff. So, she laughed, and then I just laughed, thank you. She was cleaning off the extra hair or whatever the case is. So then I looked to the corner of my eye, and they're like standing there. So I'm just like, okay, this ain't right. So after she got me up out the chair and everything else, I went to pay, and then as I got up to walk towards the door, they had walked away. They walked in the opposite direction. So okay, so here's the door, right? So they walked this way. Now keep in mind, the parking lot where I parked at is this way as well. So they walked this way. So I was just like, okay, I don't want to talk or see them again right now, so I'm gonna walk the opposite direction. So I walked towards the opposite direction just to kill time, just to get them out the way and everything. So I walked to Charlotte Rouge just to see what they had going on and everything else, and just to get out of their sight because they were still up here. But I was just like, okay, let me just stay as far away, and then maybe in 20-30 minutes they'll be gone. So I stayed in Charlotte Rouge for about 25-30 minutes or whatever, just trying to kill time. And so I walked out and I walked back towards where I parked at, walking, trying to walk as fast to hurry up and get to my car. And all of a sudden, there they are. I was like, ain't this about to be? Like, they were on this side. There's kiosks in the middle, so they were on this side. So I had swear when I saw them walking, as I was walking this way, I curved on this side, and I got on this side of the mall. As I'm walking, they see me or whatever, and so they stopped and started looking at the kiosk that was kind of like in my direction. So I'm just like, really, I already saw y'all looking, so why are y'all faking like y'all looking at some jewelry at the kiosk? Walking as fast as I can, and then I see them turning around and coming towards me. So I'm just like, okay, this is like so creepy right now. And to keep in mind, I'm by myself. I have on a dress and I'm by myself, so I need to hurry up and get home. So there's a kiosk that they do traveling stuff, whatever. They're doing a promotion about traveling, give you discounts to go to this thing or whatever. So they're passing out flyers. So the one girl's like, hi ma'am, would you like to have more information? So I went up to her and I grabbed it just to look like I'm interested. But
hi mommy.
Hey baby. Okay, go on, I'll be done soon. So I grabbed it, I just looked
hi
like, Hey. I went up to the lady and I started talking like, yeah. So she got too deep into detail about the trip. So I stopped her. I was like, ma'am, I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm really not interested. I'm just trying to protect myself because there are 2 guys that have been stalking me ever since I've been in this mall. She was like, what? She was like, where? So I pointed to the door because they were at the door, like the exit, waiting for me to go there. So I pointed to them and she was like, oh, I got you, girl. And I'm not trying to be funny, but the crazy thing about this, she was white and she was ready to fight. I was like, that's my girl. She was like, hold on, I got you. So she's, you know, put the pamphlets down and everything, and she told her boss, she was like, I'll be back. So she reached into her pocketbook and I'm just like, is she getting a gun? So she had pulled out a pocket knife and I was just like, dang, my girl savage. So what ended up happening, she walked me through the employee, because you know at the mall they have different doors where it's only employees or authorized areas. So she took me to the authorized area. So she took me to the employee door that they go through, you know, after they close. And I was explaining to her what happened, and she was like, oh my god, girl, I'm so sorry that happened to you. She was like, that's why you need to be prepared at all times. You need to get you a knife, get you some pepper spray, because these people are crazy out here. And I was just like, yeah, I see, because all I went to do was just get my eyebrows done, but I had no idea that I was going to be going through this. Like, what should have taken 15 minutes took me 45 minutes, because like I said, I stayed in Charlotte Russe for 25-30 minutes because I wanted to make sure that they were gone. It took me a long time just to get out there because, I mean, just be honest, I was scared because, you know, from the time that I saw them when I got out my car, and luckily they didn't see my car, so I was like, whoo, thank you, Jesus. But the time that I got into the mall to the time I tried to get out, like, I don't know what it was. Like, they were up to something, because why would you be waiting for me? No, first of all, why would you even be standing outside of an eyebrow place? Like, what? And then 2, when I saw them on this side of the mall and I had curved on this side to get on this side of the mall, then when you see me, you stop in your tracks to look at jewelry like I didn't see you, and I'm like, y'all know y'all ain't looking at no jewelry. So she walked me to my car and she was just like, yeah, you need to make sure you protect it at all times and everything. So then she started talking about the trip again. So she was like, if you ever need a discounted trip, please let me know and I got you, girl. So I was like, thank you. And I gave her the biggest hug because at that time, like, I was so scared, but I felt like she saved my life because, y'all, molesters are real, rapists are real, crazies are real, and, you know, stalkers are real. So I felt very uncomfortable, and had I walked outside by myself, who knows what those guys would have done to me. So I just thank God for her. So if she does see this, I pray that God sends you abundant blessings, because you are truly a blessing to me, and I really, really, truly from the bottom of my heart thank you so much. And you know, now when I go out, like, I'm not saying I'm afraid to go out by myself, but when I go with my husband, I feel very protected. But that was just all types of uncomfortable, and you know, it's something that I wish. Now with that happening, you know, it kind of just makes me feel weary about going to the mall by myself now. But you know, that's just one of those things I just try not to put fear in my heart, because you know, I am a grown woman and I have to do things on my own. But I'm just very cautious. Like, every time, like ever since I had my baby, I look all the way around. Like, I could be an owl because I just look over my neck all the time. When I'm putting Maddie in the car while I'm buckling, you sure right, I'm looking, because people are crazy. They are crazy. I mean, just walking by myself, I'm looking all the way around. And I know it's a sign of anxiety because I just feel anxious when I'm looking around, but I'll just rather be safe than stupid, because you know, you think you're like, oh, okay, and that's that moment somebody can just grab you, take you your car, do something to you. And I So that was my stalker situation. And you know, if you have been through this or you have gone through this, share your story down below. But like that girl said, I will take in consideration and maybe look into getting, I do actually have pepper spray, but a pocket knife, I don't have that because, you know, Maddie goes in my purse sometimes, and that's something I don't want her to grab. At the same time, like I said, better to be safe than stupid. So yes, I'm okay. And like I said, it's just something I just try not to put fear in my heart. But like I said, trust me, I be like, I be like just like that, because I don't play that. I pray they don't get the kid. But other than that, I have not seen those guys. I honestly really can't remember exactly how they look. I just remember one had, let me not even describe them. Hopefully they don't see this video. But yeah, I do remember one had dreads. So yeah, crazy, right? So what was supposed to be me getting my eyebrows done ended up being a stalker situation. So yeah, so that's my story time. So like I said, if you've experienced something like that, or if you've had a stalker or whatever the case is, please let me know down below. And that was not the only stalker situation. There was a guy was putting Maddie in her car seat one day, taking her to school, and this guy like stopped in his tracks and like parked in front of my driveway and was just like staring at me, and I'm just like, whoa, okay. And then like he sped off, like, I mean, it was like skrrr, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. So then 4 days later, I saw him. I was at the stop sign down the street from my house, and I saw the same truck, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's him again. And like as he was coming through, it was like he was just staring in my window, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is so creepy. So yeah, it's real out here, y'all. Be safe.